Hello and welcome to another American Beauty resistance soldering demonstration video.
I'm going to go ahead and do now one of each of these, and I'm going to change up the cycle. So I'll do the two big ones, and they're both going to be at the top end, 6.9 volts. Then I'm going to drop it down to 4.9 for this one, and then I'm going to drop it down to 4.1 for this one.
And this is our model 10505.
10505.
Okay.
So that's why I've got it on there, so I got the variability on it.
High capacity plier system.
This is going to be hot enough for me to actually go and fill both sides, but I've got to maneuver the handpiece over to do it. Okay, we're at 6.9. I'm on now. Just go ahead and touch the solder in there so I know when it starts going liquid. Okay, we're feeding. We'll pulse a little bit so it don't get too hot. Now I'll go ahead and switch over to the other side. I'm going to move the handpiece over just to direct the heat better. This side won't take anywhere near as long to get hot. You see, because I've already got residual heat from the other side. Now, like I say, they want it to be hermetic, so I'm going to feed some extra solder in here. Can you see into it?
Hold it again. Turn it.
What's that?
Looks good.
Okay, now the solder's still liquid in there, so you don't want to agitate it. You want to let it cool undisturbed. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next size. Cables aren't hot, so we can go ahead and continue. Notice I checked the cables. That's what we want to do, ensure they don't get too hot during our process. This one's going to be easier because I don't have to relocate the handpiece. Once I start soldering, I can just solder both sides of the connector. Okay, and I'm on. This is a different style of connector. It's actually bigger diameter and shorter. So what they did is they overlapped these wires inside of the connector. See, it's taking a lot of solder to fill that, but because they want hermetic, that's what you want to do.
And it doesn't look like there's any damage being done to that pink slash reddish insulation.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we're not degrading the insulation at all. And as you already know, that's because we're in there fast enough to do this to get up to solder melt temperature. I'm going to dial it down now to a 4.9. We're still on the A and C, the higher range, but a little lower setting, and that's because this is a substantially smaller component here. And I'm still using the same handpiece. Now, at this level and in the next one, you could probably step down to the 105-358 handpiece, but we'll stick with this one just for the demonstration. And you see there's still smoke here, the electrodes are still hot, cable's not warm, so we're good to go. We'll go ahead and do this, and it shouldn't take as long as it's got some residual heat already before I even activate the handpiece. It's transferring into that connector.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a wives' tale that resistance soldering gets instantaneously cool.
Yeah,
it does cool quicker than a soldering iron, but it is not instantaneous.
Right, you don't want to grab a hold of these connectors right after you've soldered them. There is significant heat still in there for a little bit. It's not so bad out on the wires that I can't touch them, okay? But it will start getting warm through here. But again, we aren't degrading the insulation, so that gives you an idea that it's not too hot, where it's creating damage. Now we're going to step down to the small one. We're down to 4.1 now. This one's going to be a little bit more delicate just because it's such a small connector for this big handpiece. But again, since we're just doing this for the demonstration, we'll go ahead and stick with this.
There's even lower power settings on this power unit for that.
Yeah, we're still on the upper range. We actually have a high, medium, and low range of power for this unit. And we're on the upper range and at the lower settings. And there's still 2 lower drops than where we're at right now on the upper range before we start going down into the next 2 ranges of power. Come on. And I'm pulsing the heat again so I don't get too hot. I see wood start burning stuff probably if I just do it on the foot switch.
We hope this video has given you a better understanding of the principles of resistance soldering. You will find a wide variety of soldering and resistance soldering videos at our website, AmericanBeautyTools.com.